The 90% of the pollution that we experience here in the District of Columbia is transported here from upwind states.
Kelly Crawford is the Associate Director for the D.C. Department of Energy and Environment. She says pollution from Pennsylvania is negatively impacting the district.
A large quantity of NOx is produced from the burning of fossil fuels for production of energy. In Pennsylvania, they're NOx RACT, that's reasonably available control technologies regulation.
Before we go any further, let's break down what NOx is and what RACT means. According to the EPA, NOx, or nitrogen oxides, are a family of poisonous, highly reactive gases. These gases form when fuel is burned at high temperatures. NOx pollution is emitted by automobiles, trucks, and various non-road vehicles, as well as industrial sources such as power plants, industrial boilers, cement kilns, and turbines. And it plays a major role in producing smog on hot summer days. And then we have RACT, or Reasonably Available Control Technology. It's a requirement of the Clean Air Act. RACT standards require companies to use technology that is reasonably available in order to reduce the amount of pollutants like NOx that enter into the atmosphere as a result of their production. Crawford says this regulation is not strong enough to compel some of the facilities to run their controls on the days when the ozone impacts are the highest. She wants the EPA to intervene and further regulate some of Pennsylvania's companies.
Sending a letter to EPA, which has now been received, requesting recommendations be made to the state of Pennsylvania regarding running their emissions controls at their energy generating units.
So I reached out to the EPA for a comment, and they sent the following statement. On June 8, 2020, EPA received recommendations from the Ozone Transport Commission under Clean Air Act Section 184C. The OTC recommended that EPA require Pennsylvania to revise its state implementation plan to include additional control measures on certain large coal-fired electric generating units.